Good, good. Thank you all for being here. Why don't we go ahead and settle in for some meditation? Hmm. There is no more appropriate, honorable role model for a meditation posture than the mountain. In particular, I would invite you to become still like a mountain. What is stillness other than the mere absence of movement, both mental and physical movement? What is silence other than the mere absence of sound? Once you have settled into your mountain posture, please transition into meditation on the inner body, becoming the silent observer of sensations within your body. Sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. Complete liberation from all conceptual extremes is the supreme monarch of views. Boundless vastness is the supreme monarch of meditations. Being directionless and utterly impartial is the supreme monarch of conduct. Self-liberation beyond expectation or hope is the supreme result or fruition. Conjoined with dependent origination, these attainments are available to you through meditation on the inner body. Continue to be the silent observer of sensations within your own body mountain. Now, very gently, please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of this entity that we've decided to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of nearby mountains, of nearby countries, of nearby oceans, of nearby continents, of nearby planets, of nearby solar systems. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation and Dharma talk to world peace. May all beings without exception enjoy perfect fearlessness. May all beings without exception be completely free from all forms of emotional and physical suffering. May all beings without exception be happy, peaceful, contented, and free. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. You and welcome back. So, although some of you, for some of you, I may have the label teacher, please know that we are all students of the Dharma, of all Dharma topics. There are countless, endless layers to each Dharma topic, and thus I, just like you, are students of these teachings, and especially so with dependent origination. As I mentioned before, dependent origination is an area of Dharma that I've been familiar with for some time, but never really applied myself to. Never really applied myself to learning it because it wasn't really part of the body of teachings that I was originally trained in. But once I decided to look into it and learn about it, I realized how indescribably amazing and powerful this practice can be, this insight can be. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it a little bit toward the end of the class. For now, I'd like to ask you guys some questions having to do with karma. And these are not trick questions. You guys know the answers, okay? So please, if you feel comfortable doing so, if you feel called to do so, and Linda, you don't have to mute yourself. Please feel free to unmute yourself and answer a couple of questions. So true story, I went to the co-op, the Silver City Food Co-op here in Silver City, and bought an apple last week. True story, I did. What is the karmic cause of that apple coming into existence? If you'd like to offer the answer, go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
The conditions were
the karmic cause of the apple coming into existence.
Planting the seed.
Close. The seed itself The seed itself is the karmic cause of the apple coming into existence, right? Yeah. A little bit trickier, and there's kind of no definitive answer for this that we can know. Maybe someday we'll know when we have perfect wisdom and perfect insight. What was the karmic cause of the apple coming into existence was an apple seed, right? What was the karmic cause of me coming into possession of that apple?
Hunger?
Hunger? What do you guys think? I came to have an apple. I came into possession of an apple.
Oh, that's a condition. Gotcha. Okay.
What was the cause of me coming into possession? It wasn't buying it. It wasn't having money to buy it. Think back. It was an action that I engaged in, right? That was the karmic cause of me coming into possession of the apple. What would that action potentially have been?
Being born.
Being born, Linda says. No, that's a
Reaching out, picking it up.
my. I think Ted, you want to give a shot? Take a shot at it.
Your desire
Desire
for the apple.
Desire.
Desire.
Another
Yeah.
condition.
Karmic cause.
Probably me giving an apple to someone else in the past, right? I gave someone some sort of food item in the past. That was the karmic cause for me to come into possession of to receive an apple. Because that was really what, by coming into possession of the apple, I received an apple. The cause of that was probably me giving an apple or some other form of food to someone else in the past. We get what we give, right? What goes around comes around. Yeah. So listen, ponder, sit with that. I see Grace scratching her head. That's okay. It's okay. I want to talk in what time we have remaining about the conditions. Most of the answers that you gave with regard to the karmic cause of me coming to receive an apple had to do with conditions. Karma has to do with actions and effects. Actions and effects. Dependent origination has to do with conditions, very closely related conditions that contributed to the ripening of an effect, to the fully ripening of an effect. Let's take a look at the apple. Different conditions for that enabled me to go in and purchase this apple, right? One is that there was this entity called the Silver City Food Co-op, right? It's a condition that contributed to me being able to acquire this apple. Looking a little bit further, there were shelves where the apples were stored, inventoried, right? There is an employee at the co-op who is responsible for making sure that the shelves are stocked, right? The employee, in order to be able to go to work, had to have a job, right? She had to have been hired by the co-op. She had to have, I presume, qualifications which enabled him or her to be, in this case, I know it's a her because I know the person who manages the produce at the co-op. She had to have qualifications to get hired for the job, right? Another condition. She had to, I would guess, at some point have been educated in matters relating to produce, or retail that enabled her to have the qualifications, that enabled her to get the job, which enabled her to stock the shelves for me to buy the apple, right? Other customers purchase things at the co-op, which create enough revenue for her to be able to remain employed to do all the other stuff, right? Another condition. She had to, even we could say, she has to have clothes. The produce manager at the co-op can't come. She probably shouldn't come to work naked. So she has clothing that she can wear that enables her to come to the co-op and do her job, right? Maybe her transportations are need. Another condition. Let's step away from the produce manager and look at how the apple was delivered to the co-op. There's a truck that delivered the apples to the co-op so the shelves could be stocked and all the rest of it, right? That truck driver had to be qualified to drive a truck so that he or she could become employed. There are roads that the truck would drive on. Without the roads, the truck couldn't drive and deliver the produce, right? The truck driver received an education, had parents, which taught him or her basic life skills. The truck driver had to be born. The truck driver had parents, bits of the truck driver's parents' bodies resulted in him having a body, which developed so that he could drive a truck. The truck driver's parents had parents. The truck driver's parents had parents. On it goes all the way back. With regard to the apple itself being grown, there had to have been soil. There had to have been someone who planted the seed. There had to have been moisture, probably rain falling from the sky, atmospheric conditions which caused the rain to fall. Condition after condition after condition. We can't find an end to the conditions. We can't find anything that was not a condition. If we look deeply enough, we can't find anything that was not a condition for this event to take place called Jeff buying an apple at the Silver City Food Co-op. Totally amazing. And you guys, I appeal to you in a most heartfelt way. Please apply yourself to coming to understand and develop an appreciation for dependent origination, because it has the potential to solve all of your life's problems without exception. We have a tendency, I think all of us, to develop a certain sense of self-importance, right? I mean, sometimes it's called self-cherishing, but we think that we're like self-made. We're like independent, self-made people, islands unto ourselves. Like, I had virtually nothing to do with being able to acquire and eat that apple, right? It came through the countless conditions in the universe. I had almost nothing to do with it. I basically showed up and I had some money, and I can't even take credit for showing up and having money to buy it. It was a result of countless conditions. Another reason this can solve our life's problems is we have this natural innate tendency to try to control things, to try to control, to think that we're in control of our world. Nope. Countless conditions in the world determine what happens to us in our daily lives. The other one, and this is a really big one, kind of practically where the rubber hits the road. A lot of us are really concerned about the state of the world. Maybe it's the political state of the world. Maybe it's the environmental state of the world. You know, there is very little that we can do to affect that, because all of those situations, environmental, political, geopolitical, countries being at odds with one another, those are all a product of conditions that are completely outside of our control. What can we do? What can we do? What form of self-determination do we have? Or what sort of contribution can we make to world peace, to peace among countries, to environmental health and recovery and restoration? Plant seeds. We can plant seeds. We're like farmers. Plant seeds through our actions. It's like all we can do. And at the same time, it's everything. It's everything, because in some really cosmic way, it is the planting of the seed that enables all of those conditions to assemble and come together in the form of an experience or an event, a fully ripened effect. So think about these. Please contemplate and meditate on this matter of dependent origination that addresses conditions, and these myriad conditions. For as many elements as there are in the universe, so there are that many conditions that contribute to each fully ripened effect, as in actions and effect, which serve to determine the experience that we're going to have. Have fun with your life. The pressure is off. All we do is plant seeds. Just plant seeds. Yeah? Plant seeds of goodness and virtue and selflessness and conscientiousness. Yeah? Giving, loving kindness. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful and powerful. One of the most powerful Dharma topics I've ever been exposed to. So that's enough for now, you guys. No class on Friday. I'm going to be on a backpack trip, so we won't have any class on Friday, and no Medicine Buddha on Saturday. So hopefully I'll see you a week from today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your Dharma interest.
Have a great trip.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
have
you.
a great trip, Jeff. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're
Bye-bye.
most
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye.
Bye.